Married at First Sight, Season 14, Episode 7, Katina and Olajuwon. Or let me say, his name is Olajuwon no more. We got Isaac, Olajuwon, and now we got Neanderthal. What the hell is Olajuwon talking about in this episode? He sounds like a caveman. We see Isaac's, Olajuwon, the Neanderthal's house. And you know what I'm going to say? It's a cute house on the outside. But when he walks up, he starts talking about, can you imagine our kids here running outside? No, actually, no, not on that busy ass street. They might get killed. You ain't killing my kids. We're going to have to move from here. This might be good for the first couple of years while we ain't got no kids. But after these babies come, we ain't living on this busy street. Hell no. He shows in the kitchen talking about this is where the magic happens, in his kitchen in his house. This don't look like no magic room. It looks like a cave. It's so dark in there. I'm with Katina. We're going to need to brighten up this house. These colors is dark and dreary and drab. No, we're going to have to get some white paint up in here, some light gray. We're going to have to paint these cabinets. Talking about, you know how much that's going to cost. I don't care how much it costs. If you want me to cook some meals, then you're going to have to make the kitchen look the way I want to look. You better go on down to Home Depot and get some gallons of paint and get your ass in here and start painting, because until this kitchen gets painted, I ain't cooking nothing. You want a home cooked meal every day? Well, then you better make this a home so I can cook a meal in it, because right now, this looks like a cave. I congratulate him from owning a house, because you know what? That's not easy in Boston. Boston is expensive. So I like the fact that he has a home that his wife can come home to. Kudos to you, Olajuwon. And you know what? I'm not mad at you, because a lot of men don't have no decorating skills. But for you to think it's going to stay like this, you sorely wrong. I'm with Katina on this. He's trying to put all kind of pressure on Katina. She's feeling the pressure, talking about he want a home cooked meal every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Please, you ain't getting all that. When Pastor Cal comes over, Katina's like, I cooked some spaghetti and some garlic bread. And she's like, oh yeah, because he's expecting, girl, you better make you a big pot, and he better have some leftovers for the next day. Somebody sent Katina some tips on how you make extra servings and you put the rest in the freezer, or you know what he has leftovers for the next day. Girl, don't be in that kitchen cooking 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. This ain't 1822. This is 2022. But then you know what Olajuwon did admit? He says, I do get up and I make breakfast for her every single day. That's good, Olajuwon. You're right. Sometimes I think Olajuwon says stuff just to push the buttons and see what he can get away with. But as long as you put your foot down, he respects your boundaries. So you know what? I don't always like the things that come out his mouth and what he does. But what I like is I like the correction. And Katina, she gonna have to be strong, because she gonna have to give out a lot of correction. But Pastor Cal called Olajuwon on that little horseback riding rendezvous in Puerto Rico, and he was like, I didn't like that. That was horrible. That way, you don't treat your wife like that. You don't push her like that. Then they start talking about the whole sex thing, and so you come find out, Olajuwon says, oh yeah, it's mainly him who doesn't want to have sex. And Katina sat there and she didn't say nothing as if it was true. But when I watched the after party, Katina said, nah, that wasn't true. It was mutual. We both didn't want to do it. But Katina admitted the truth. She did say, you know what, not having her husband want to have sex with her does make her question whether or not he feels that she's attractive or not. But you know what? I think Olajuwon is scared. I think he is really scared. I think he has lived his life and had relationships with women where that's all it was about, was sex. He is so afraid of messing up this relationship with Katina. That's really what I'm getting from him. I don't think that it's not that he's not attracted to Katina. I think he's scared of messing it up. And like he said, he doesn't want to be the guy on TV that sleeps with her and then it doesn't work out. But I'm glad that Pastor Cal called him on that and said, well, that's not the way you're supposed to think once you're married. Once you get married, you're not supposed to be thinking about if it doesn't work out. You can't live your life like that. You got to do like my husband and I tell each other every single day. Forever, ever, forever, ever. And you know what? Sometimes he's getting on my last nerves. But that's what we always keep in our heads. Forever, ever, forever, ever. But you see Pastor Cal trying to push them onto the marital bed. He's like, y'all married now. Y'all need to have sex, because Pastor Cal knows one thing. If you ain't having sex with your spouse, that's a problem. That is the way a husband and wife bonds. It's one of the major ways they bond. And if you keep that out of the equation for too long, it starts to affect other parts of your relationship. So I'm with Pastor Cal. Go ahead, give them that nudge. I'm with them too. They need to start exploring something. So Pastor Cal said, hey, it's a green light, Olajuwon. You need to go for it. He seemed to have heard it. He seemed to loosen up a little bit. So we'll see after this episode if they finally start bumping and grinding. All right, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.